Inspired TCG here. And who do we have?
Colby.
All right. And I've heard from a lot of people that you're playing something rather spicy. What did you do?
Yes, I'm playing Tear. And, went undefeated at a local over here, X4, and 4-round Swiss, and then top 8. So
beautiful, beautiful. Well, show us the spice, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. I mean, it's basic Tear. 2 Rhino, 1 Sheeran, 1 Marley, 1 Hobness. I mean, I wish I could play more, but you know, don't want to get banned.
Understandable.
3 of the tier limit cash, very, very common in the tier matchup or in the tier build now. 1 Fenrir, because we do play the planet.
And why just 1?
It's searchable, and on top of that, you mainly want to get the tier itself over this. Like, I hate to say it, like, to me, this is a dead card. It's just special that. But normally, whenever I'll search off of this, or whenever I already have this, it's just kind of dead.
That's understandable.
But it's also good for just being able to super poly some stuff away, or some not super poly, but the baby names, pulling it back for some combos.
That, and also it doesn't it help you search the tier cache as well?
Yeah,
Okay,
you search the tier cache. But yeah, no, it's just another name. And then there's some fusion targets that you can shuffle back.
Okay.
The 1 Destrudo, and then the 1 Shuttle Beast.
Okay.
Window Lock is too strong, and then obviously Destrudo, I'm playing the Synchron package. The Synchro tier is actually kind of crazy. I got some spice in the main. Me and a buddy were working on this in Houston, and he actually almost top 16 with the list similar to this, and I kind of took that and we kind of grinded it down, and this is what I came up with. But yeah, the 1 Destrudo, 1 Beast.
Okay.
2 King of the Swamps. The reason I'm not playing 3 is I can actually send it off of a card in the extra deck to be able to have relevancy instead of it being at 3 itself, because normally you want to see this max out on the name. But yeah, like I said, there's a card in the extra that you can actually send this off of and it still be really good.
Okay.
1 Medora, 1 Keldo, 1 Kelbeck, and a Yugioh. You have to max out on all 4. I mean, they're not the greatest in the world, but I mean, it's still a thing to where the mill 5 is just too strong not to play. And then the Keldo and the Yugioh, or the Keldo and the Medora is really good to shuffle back resources that you don't want to mill. You have the 2 Revs, Revolution Synchron, and if you're playing any type of tier synchro, it's a staple, but this card's insane. This card should not be printed. To be able to go into Ancient Fairy and then the Baron, or Ancient Fairy into, or not Baron, Ancient Fairy into this card, the Visa card, it's just bonkers. And then there's another card in the extra that's a little bit of spiciness with this, so you can go Ancient Fairy and then that, and then special off the Ancient Fairy, and then Synchron it back, and then go into Nat Beast, which I'll show in a little bit. 3 Planet, 1 Other Planet. This is just to search the Fenrir if you open up this planet and you already have this, or if you open up Terraforming and already have this. But basically, 5 copies of Planet. They're all searchable because you play the Visa's Trap, or the Trikarma. You play 2 Scream, 1 Grief. Grief itself is a free anything because it'll special summon any of the tier limit names and then send them. And then Scream, whenever you normal summon it. I mean, the minus 300 actually is relevant. And searchable as well, so even whenever you mill it, you can always shuffle it back and then search it. 2 should all fusion. I played 2 in the main because Shekanaga is way strong whenever you can be able to just send one of the names and the names and the Shadal Beast and the Medora, the Kelbeck, or the Yugioh. So it's all based on what you need, but these are really good for that. 3 Super Poly. Super Poly is starting to fall out of the format, honestly. I feel like since the Branded Chimera deck is it's doing things, but it's not doing the things I want it to do. It's really, really good because, I mean, it hits that deck really hard to be able to push for OTK and then be able to break boards. But the more and more I play this card, the more and more I feel like it's not relevant as much anymore.
Understandable.
2 tuning to search the Rev. 1 poly because you do play the King of the Swamp. And then it's obviously a tier deck. You have to play the Foolish Burial. 1 Trikarma. This card literally will add any of the spells, or sorry, any of the planets to be able to start your combos if you mill it. So it's kind of nice to play. A lot of people cut it, but I like to be able to search. 2 Solic, 1 Meta Noise. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You gotta have to play. If you're playing tier, you kind of have to play those. I don't have the side deck on me right now, but I do have the extra because I kind of broke it down already. But you have the Time Thief Redoer, Cross Sheep. The boost came up once in the tournament to where I was able to attack perfectly for game with the boost. And then Redoer, I don't really make it a lot. It's there just to trigger the names, but I mean, I didn't make it. I'm probably going to cut this. I don't know. I haven't figured out what I want to cut it for, but I'll probably.
What do you think about Abyss Dweller?
You could do Abyss Dweller in this, but like the Unchained matchup, it works. I gotta do some testing, but the Abyss Dweller, it definitely hits the Unchained matchup. That's probably what I'm gonna cut it for. Actually, that's actually a really good tech, but future techs, we'll see. Mud Dragon, Garura, Draco Stapelia. I mean, super volley targets, kind of self-explanatory.
Nice.
Can't really say too much about that. It hits every single matchup in different ways. Flow Under, whenever they go Ravina, you just sit on that. Or Sprite as well. Like, there's tons of stuff. Obviously, 1 Rook, 1 Kaleido. You're gonna have to play those. This deck makes it very easy to make them still. I mean, it's one of those things that the deck just can't not play it. I got Winda, Shekanaga. I mean, the Shaddoll package, you can send this and still be able to do a lot of things. Winda's too strong. 1 Grapha. I mean, it's not super poly, but it's King of the Swamp. You'll be able to end on this or Stapelia, and it's really, really good. Nat Beast and Shooting Riser. These are the 2 techs.
Oh, that's disgusting.
This is actually kind of nuts because this can send King of the Swamp and then go right into the if you so there's a play where you can actually go King of the Swamp, send it, go special off of the Ancient Fairy, and then depending on like what the matchup is, you can go into the Nat Beast or you can go into this. Like the Ancient Fairy into this into this. This is really good because I've went this into this and then specialed the Yugioh, went Rev into the Nat Beast, and I just sat on this with the Planet Pop. So it's all dependent, like what you want to do. But Shooting Rider facilitates King of the Swamp a lot easier, especially because of the fact it sends it and then you can just shuffle it back and then do it all like over again. Because you're not really using the search effect off of the King of the Swamp. You're using it for the graveyard effect to be able to be a different name. And then obviously the Baron, it's any synchro deck, you got to play Baron. It makes level 10s. So there's some wonky combos I would love to be able to show you, but it's all based off of RNG. So this deck is very RNG. Oddly enough, I had really good luck during that local. I normally don't. So I was very, very happy with it. Shout out to Mondo for letting me use the deck. I told him once I won a local with it, I would actually retire it. Took 3 weeks, so.
Beautiful.
About a week to get the list.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Here you go. Do you have any other shout outs before we end the video?
Obviously Team Inspire. That's the team, that's the homies. You know, we're starting to build traction. We're starting to do all the content. So obviously shout out the homies. Shout out Andy, cameraman in the back.
Yeah.
My boy. I mean, shout out to all the boys. I mean, they know who they are. But yeah, no, it's I mean, tons of shout outs. If you weren't shouted out, sorry, you know who you are. But yeah, the boys always But that's really it, man. That's the spice.
Well, we appreciate the spice, brother. Hopefully we see you more in the future.